Hey, look, they gave me a poster. Isn't that cool? Hi, guys. Welcome to my first Kevflix YouTube movie review. Today I will be reviewing The Blair Witch. Blair Witch is directed by Adam Wingard, and it is a sequel to the 1999 original Blair Witch Project. Now, they already made a sequel called Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2 that came out back in 2000, but that movie was terrible. It got horrible reviews, made no money, and was nowhere near the success of the Blair Witch Project. But with Blair Witch, they're kind of saying, fuck that sequel, let's pretend that one didn't exist and make a real sequel to it, and that's exactly what we got here. Now, this time around, we followed James. Now, James's sister was one of the original three from the Blair Witch Project, and James stumbles upon a video online of what he believes to be his sister's experience in these demonic woods where the Blair Witch resides. So James gets curious. He wants to know if his sister's still alive, what actually happened to her, things like that. So James and a few of his friends, along with the two people who found the footage, go into the woods looking for answers, and it does not go according to plan. As you can imagine, things get really weird, and the Blair Witch comes back, but crazier than ever. Now, I will say going into this movie, I was a little skeptical because one, Book of Shadows 2, as I said earlier, was terrible. It's not a good movie at all. And two, I love the original Blair Witch Project. I think it's a genuinely scary movie. Two, I will also say that I think it's one of the more important films that we have had in the last 25, 30 years. I think that what it did for independent film, with its micro budget, I also think what it did for the found footage horror genre is amazing because now, because of that movie, we have films like Paranormal Activity and The Devil Inside and all these other like overused found footage films. But they saw the success of the Blair Witch and they said, "Hey, we can do that too." And they did, but it just wasn't as good. And then I also think that um, the marketing for the original film was amazing because they didn't market it as a mockumentary found footage horror film. They made it seem real. They made it seem as if these kids actually went missing in these woods in Maryland, and that nobody can be found. This is the footage that is all the footage that we had. So I think that a combination of those three things really make the Blair Witch such a really important movie to me, and I think it's a really important movie to cinema. But having said that, this movie is awesome. It may not be the masterpiece that the first one is, but it is a damn good movie. Right off the bat, I will say that this movie is incredibly scary. Maybe not so much of the first half hour, 45 minutes, but definitely the last half of the movie, especially the final third, are terrifying. This is one of those where I almost wanted to talk to the screen sometimes. I was jumping in my seat. I was biting my nails. My heart was pounding out of my chest. It was really, really intense and really, really scary. And a lot of that has to do with Wingard's direction. The first thing he does really well is he knows how to build the tone and the atmosphere of the film. The first half hour, 45 minutes, again, not super scary, but he really sets the atmosphere. He sets these characters up, he sets the place up, and he sets the stakes up, and he knows how to build it, build it, build it, build it until little by little he starts peeling back layers and layers and layers until all the layers are gone, and then it's just a shit show of terror and horror, and it is incredible. It will make you jump out of your seat, and again, it will make you eat your nails like you were a fat kid at a buffet, and you will be terrified. It's relentless. It's so scary. It's fucking scary. That's all I can say about that. The last half hour is fucking scary, so be prepared for that. Like, we actually get to see the Blair Witch, which is really fucking cool. Glimpses of it, which is even more horrifying because now it's like the image. I saw the movie yesterday, so about 24 hours ago, and I'm still thinking about those little glimpses of the Blair Witch. Like, it'll stay with you, and it's awesome. Another thing that Wingard does really well is use the modern twist to its advantage. So back in the 1999 version, when all they had was two or three film cameras and that maybe a DV tape camera or something like that. That was really all they have. But because this is a modern movie, it takes place in 2014. We get better technology. Like, they have a drone, they have DSLR cameras, they have little lipstick cameras that they lodge into trees so that they can see things on the outside. They have little Bluetooth earpiece cameras, so you get different point of views and things like that. So that's really cool because it really does give us different perspectives of the entire movie. We will see a couple shots from the drone, we'll see a couple shots from James's point of view, and then we'll see a shot of the lipstick camera in the tree, things like that. So it really, whoever found this footage and edited this footage as they claim happened at the beginning of the movie. It was that it was a found footage movie. Edited the movie really well, because it really does jump back and forth, and it really you kind of it really adds a lot of chaos to the movie. And I thought that was really cool. The one thing that I don't want to say it's a flaw, but it did kind of take away a little bit of the feel for it was because it is newer technology and it is nicer cameras and things like that. I almost it looked very polished and it looked very clean, and that was one of the things I missed from the original Blair Witch was that that movie was so gritty because it was on the film, it was on maybe the DV tape, so it was really grainy and gritty and kind of old school and stuff like that. So that was really the only. It's not even a flaw. It's just something that I almost missed from the original one. Overall, I would highly recommend going to see Blair Witch. I had a blast watching it. It's scary. It's fun. You'll have a great time and you'll be scared shitless, which is what you want to do when you see a horror movie. I think this is a worthy sequel to the 1999 Blair Witch Project, and this also proves that Adam Wingard is one of the best young directors we have today, especially in the horror genre. So overall, I give this movie a 3.5 out of 4, which means this movie is awesome. So there you go. That was my first, but definitely not my last video review for Kevflix.com. Sorry for the video quality, audio quality, everything. Just this is a very raw format. I'm still trying to figure out all the kinks. Figure out how I want to go about this. Do I want to make it a little more scripted? Do I want to keep this raw and like things like I'm doing right now, where I'm not really cutting, not having it really polished, things like that. So, just trying to go out that way. Give me some comments below. Give me some advice. I'm always up for all sorts of advice. Again, I'm very new to this. Just wanted to get out there and think this is going to be fun. So yeah, subscribe to this page. More reviews and lists and things like that. There's going to be a lot of things happening, especially over the next few months when I'll be checking out the Chicago International Film Festival, which will have a ton of Oscar movies and a ton of random movies you guys will never even hear about until I review them. Then also Oscar season, which is my favorite season of the year. I'll be reviewing as many Oscar contenders as I can, things like that. So yeah, subscribe to the page, like this video, things like that. You can also visit Kevflix.com. Just visit the page, look at some of the older reviews, some of the written reviews. You might actually have to read what. And also make sure to like Kevflix on Facebook by just looking up Kevflix in the search engine, and find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kevflix. I put all the links below at the bottom of the page, so you can check it all out. Thanks, guys, and make sure to stay classy and don't do anything stupid.